Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be something a little bit different. I wanted to share with you makeup products that I've hit pan on. I don't know about you guys, but it takes me forever to finish a makeup product. I rarely have any in my empties video, but I wanted to share the ones that I've hit pan on because I do have a few, which is, again, surprising because I tend to like switch around quite a bit, and then it feels like bittersweet when I hit pan on a product because first off, I tend to just stop wanting to use it because I don't want it to be done. But I just have that fear of like not having it anymore and having to repurchase. But at the same time, I feel very accomplished. Like I did this. Like I've actually hit pan on a product. I got my money's worth. So I wanted to share with you the few makeup products that I have in my collection still that I've hit pan on, because I have some of them that I've completely used up or that I've had for so long. After hitting pan, I was like, okay, I think it's time to like move on. And I thought I might include a few also that they're technically not like a pan, but like, why not, right? Let's start with skin products because that's definitely the type of things that we tend to use up the most. I actually tried to wear most of these products on my face so you can see them in action at the same time. So first thing is this Lioele Beyond the Solution BB cream. I absolutely adore this. Clearly, it's been well loved. I would consider that hitting pan. What do you think? I feel like there's still probably like a good month-ish of usage in there. I think it's my 5th bottle of this, and I actually recently repurchased because I don't want to spend one day without this. This is like my perfect shade, perfect BB cream. The only thing is that there's only one shade. It's unfortunately the case with a lot of like Asian beauty products. And this is what it looks like before it oxidized just slightly. It looks a bit gray at first, but it matches me most of the year. It might be a bit dark during the winter, a bit light during the summer, but year round, it's just amazing. I'm wearing it, so you can see, I would say around like NW 15-20 in a MAC foundation. And it just looks like skin. It gives me medium coverage. I get so many compliments every single time I wear this. It's just a huge favorite of mine. And yeah, clearly, I've hit pan on this. Next product that technically hit pan on is a concealer. This is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. I'm hoping you're going to be able to see because I tried to like store it like this, and like you can see that it looks like it's up to there, but when I look in there, it's definitely like up to here. There's like just over 1 centimeter left of product in here. I have the shade number 10, which is Porcelain. The good news is that Catrice has been saying that they're bringing out more shades. I'm so happy because their shade range really sucks, but this is my favorite concealer, and it just sucks because I want to recommend this to everyone, but like again at Ulta they only currently have 4 shades. Look at this. This is the most like neutral tone. They have 2 other ones that are pretty much the same shade but a little bit yellower, and then I'm not sure which other one they brought because in Europe they have 2 other ones. I think it's a darker one that's also more pink. I love this. Again, I'm wearing this under my eyes. It gives me like full coverage, but at the same time, it doesn't overly dry my under eyes. This is basically what I wish Tarte was, because this gives similar amount of coverage, but this one is more drying. I feel like it might give me like a tiny bit more coverage, and obviously the range of colors is much better on this one, but it's also more expensive. So, you know, I adore this. We'll definitely pick up a backup when I go to Ulta. I just don't want to be without this. It's awesome, and clearly I've hit pan on it. And I'm nervous because I don't have a backup, but at the same time I tell myself I need to finish other concealers, which I've been trying to do, like this one, you know, I'm halfway through it type of thing, but I need to use up stuff, but at the same time you don't want to use up your favorite, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've kind of been trying to do like mini project pans just with myself. I'm not ready for the commitment of announcing it, but I've been really trying to use up more and more of my makeup and less hoarding all of them just because. But it's difficult because there's always new products coming out. I want to review them and do like videos and first impression and just reviews for you and for myself too. So yeah, it's been difficult to finish many products. But another product that I've hit pan on, and this one is an actual pan, a powder. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Skin Transforming Powder. I have the color 25 Nude Beige, and this is my summer shade. I've lost a sponge a long time ago, and I probably should have cleaned it because this is super dirty. I had this powder in my purse, would just touch up during the day. I don't know if you're gonna even be really able to see it, but I like this powder because it keeps me matte, especially during the summer. I definitely am more oily. And I just realized that it says that it has salicylic acid, which is good for like acne. I'm not sure the amount of it and if it's enough to actually make a difference, but I mean, it's nice that it's in there. And clearly, I just really like that one. Like, obviously, there's usually the sponge. There's a huge mirror when it's not super dirty. And it didn't break when I would walk around having it in my purse with me. And it lasted me months and months. And yeah, you can hopefully tell. There's definitely a pan in there, and it's like starting to be like bigger and bigger. You can see like 2 tiny little specks of pan too. I tend to use this over the top of like BB cream just to get a little bit more coverage, and I don't feel like it becomes cakey throughout the day. So like, it's this type of products I would repurchase once I finish more powders, because powders is something it takes forever to go through. Another product I've been really enjoying is from Covergirl. They did repackage like their whole range. Actually, they rebranded. Everything is like white and very Instagrammable now. So I don't think this is the same packaging if they still have it, but this is the Clean Sensitive Pressed Powder. I've used this for so long, not this exact powder. They used to be like dark green. You probably go back in my videos and still see it, because I love that powder when my skin was really dry, because I couldn't powder without my skin just dying underneath. Usually powders are more made for people with oily skin, but this is great if you have like normal to dry skin, because it doesn't make you dry. Unfortunately, now my skin is more combination, so I feel like this doesn't control my oils. But what I did today is that I used it to set my under eye concealer, and I actually like it for that. So I think this is how I'm going to be using this up. And you can see I did hit pan, and it makes me laugh every time because it looks like a little face. And to be completely honest, I've been like using the bottom here on the side because I don't want to ruin this little face, because it makes me laugh every single time, which is completely silly. But yeah, I will have to eventually just get over it and use it up. But it's a really great powder that I do recommend if it's still available once again. They used to have this one and the brown one. The brown one I don't recommend. It's supposed to be like the normal one, but it smells like perfume, super, super strong. So go for the sensitive one. Amazing, and love it. And yeah, I will definitely be actually wearing this right now under my eyes on a daily basis to try and use it up, because I need to finish products. 2 products that I've more recently hit pan on. The first one is this Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Expose. They since changed the packaging, which you can see a pattern here. I've been like taking so long to use up products that they've since changed everything about it. But it's the same color. I still think it looks just as amazing, and this is one of my favorite blush ever, and you can see I've hit a good amount of pan on it, and it's one of those blushes I'm actually wearing it today, like everything else, and I just love this blush whenever. I've been like raving about like boring looking blushes, and this is like the boring one that everyone knows about. And by boring, I don't mean actually boring, I just mean that they don't look like much on the pan, but on the face, it's just amazing. It's just that perfect like nude, depending on your tone, it might look a little warmer, a little cooler, but it fits so many different skin tones and undertone, and it's matte. It's pigmented enough that it stays really well throughout the day, but it doesn't make my life harder. I don't have to be super careful to not look like a clown using it. And every time I don't know what to wear basically on my cheek, this is the type of thing I reach for. I don't feel like I'm gonna ever finish this blush. Like, I'm gonna be buried with this one because it lasts forever. It looks, basically Tarte blushes will look brand new until you're about to hit pan. Like, the pattern is just, they're really hard pressed basically. But yeah, I hit pan on it. I'm proud of myself. It was a bittersweet moment when it happened, but I did it. I don't go through blushes very often because I have so many. It's like my thing, the thing I tend to just buy over and over and over again because they're all so different. And this is one of those ones that I've always had pretty much on my vanity, and I just reach for every time I don't know what to grab. Another product that I tend to grab over and over again, and that they have actually recently changed the packaging of, the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Bronzer. My go-to bronzer. I absolutely adore this one. You can see a good amount of pan in this one too. I'm kind of proud of this one. I do have a backup because it was sent to me, but this one I bought myself. I adore this. I've been using this pretty much daily for like 2 years. I'm not someone that really jam my brush in a product. I tend to be careful, and I tend to not apply a lot. I like my makeup to look kind of natural, especially on a daily basis. And this again is something that I feel is going to last me forever. But I actually think this bronzer is a good investment because it takes so long to go through. Even if you are a little bit more heavy-handed than I am, I feel like it lasts a good amount of time. I love the color because it's not overly orange. I feel like that's my biggest struggle. Like at the drugstore, the closest thing I found would be the Physician Formula Butter Bronzer. Definitely the closest thing in color and formula. although this one smells like chocolate, the other one smells like coconut, so it depends on your taste. But I adore this one. I will, like, again, I don't need to repurchase anytime soon, but I would buy it again. Like, if this one, my backup, disappeared, I would absolutely buy it. So love this, absolutely recommend it. Again, smells like chocolate. How could I not? And again, this is also the bronzer I'm wearing right now. As you can see, it's just perfect for me. I love it. The next two are definitely the ones I'm the most proud of because, first off, let's go with eyeshadows. I, again, have too many palettes, like way too many. I tend to like start wearing something over and over again, then I switch next palette, do the same thing, and then I feel like I don't get enough use out of them. That's definitely something I need to start like forcing myself doing, like weekly basket, probably more like monthly makeup basket. That's definitely something I could do in 2019 if you're interested. But one of the things I tend to do is sometimes just obsess over one color in a palette, and even though I'm using the next palette, I'm still going back for that one, and it's what happened with this one. This is the Lorac Unzipped palette, and this was one of the first palette that I first off bought, second of all obsessed with, and as you can see, it's been well loved. And again, it's the palette I'm wearing right now on my eyes. I feel like even now it's something that pretty much anyone would love. It was the like rose gold one. I feel like the first row is a little bit cooler tone and the bottom one is a little bit warmer, but it's not so crazy one extreme or the other that most people couldn't use it, basically. Currently, I'm wearing most of the, actually all of the ones on the top row plus this one on the bottom. I have hit pan in the first one, which is Undercover, because at the time I feel like everyone was obsessed with very metallic, glittery eyeshadow to put under your brow bone and even in the inner corners. And I wasn't into it, and I feel like this was the best thing for me because it's a glowy, like milky white shade. There's like no glitter or even real shimmer in it. It's just glowy. It's like glow from within, and that's what I'm wearing under my brow and my inner corners. Although nowadays I like a bit more glittery in the inner corner, but I wanted to just still show you what it looks like. I'm not sure it's gonna swatch that well if I swatch it on my arm, but I mean, you can kind of see it. It's a glowy white shade. It might not be that different and unique nowadays, but I feel like back in the day it kind of was. And it's also the color I'm wearing on as an highlighter because, again, there weren't that many highlighters, and the few that were offered were like MAC Soft and Gentle, which is a glittery bomb, or the Mary Luminizer, which I still love but is definitely more metallic. And this one was perfect for like everyday, just glow from within, and I do still enjoy it for those days. But again, I'm probably a little bit more into brighter ones nowadays. And the other shades, I don't feel like I'm gonna hit pan anytime soon because once again, I have way too many palettes. But I appreciate how more like compact the mattes are compared to the like Pro Matte palette. I feel like those ones are definitely more powdery and you hit pan like after a few days of using it. And I don't feel like this shade, for example, I've used so much, but I don't feel like I'm anywhere near hitting pan. And even this one, like there's a huge dent in it before I hit pan on it. Those are pretty like deep, so you definitely get your money's worth in this. My only complaint about it is that the two darker shades, I feel like this one kind of has a few bits of glitter too, so I'm not super into that, but this shade I love and I'm definitely wearing a ton of it today. I feel like it's a bit hard to blend, which I've been trying really hard to make it blend, so maybe it doesn't look too bad on camera, but I feel like it's definitely more work, so it might not be like the most beginner friendly shade. But I still think it's totally worth the money. I will happily continue to use it. But it's definitely one of those palettes that I was looking through my drawers and I'm like, what did I hit pan on? And I remember that specific white shade, definitely something I loved, but I didn't think I got that much use into it and I kind of forgot a bit about it. And I feel like these shades are still so popular right now that I should probably use this more often. Okay, so last but not least, I am so proud of this one. And I feel like you will also be proud of me if you've seen my lipstick collection. I don't hit pan on a lipstick like ever because I tend to just switch it around. Even my favorite ones don't look like, they're usually not more than like halfway through them because, again, too many lipsticks. I'm always testing out the new hit product, always like testing all the colors and everything, so I don't get to use up lipsticks often, like once every 2 years type of thing. But this lipstick is definitely one of my all-time favorite lipstick. This is the Milani Matte Naked Lipstick. And are you ready? Because I consider that hitting pan because when I apply it, the little bit of plastic definitely like stab me in the lips every single time. But it's obviously the lipstick I'm wearing right now, like everything else. But it's such a nice everyday matte nude for me. It's comfortable. It does transfer. Let me test it. Like, there's some transfer, nothing crazy. I don't feel like it moves around. It smells like vanilla, and it's a comfortable matte. It doesn't emphasize the lines on my lips, and it's overall such a nice formula, especially for the drugstore. If you see the Milani lipsticks, I highly recommend them. The other ones, not the matte ones, they have a like kind of fruity type of scent. I still recommend those too, but the matte ones are definitely some of my favorite ones. I know the color Beauty is also super popular. Let me try and swatch this, even though I'm wearing it on my lips, but I feel like nudes can be so hard to find the perfect shade for you, and this one has just enough brown that it's like, you know, a gorgeous nude, but there's enough like mauve in it that it doesn't wash me out and make me look dead type of thing. Obviously, if you have a warmer undertone, it will probably look more mauve than me, and if you have a cooler undertone, definitely a little bit more brown, but it's not overly dark. I feel like so many nudes, like I think like MAC Velvet Teddy, for example, everyone was crazy about that one, but on me it looks straight up brown. It wasn't something I would wear every single day. I had to like be in a certain mood / a certain look type of thing, but this one I had in my purse. I can always grab it. It always works for me, and it's never too dark, which again has been a little bit of a struggle. I feel like a lot of nudes have been like quite medium nudes. So this one is super wearable. I will be purchasing a backup of this because I don't want to spend a day without this in my life. And yeah, I've been recommending this for so long, right? I feel like if you've seen a couple of my videos, you've probably seen me talk about this, and I've been trying not to rave about this nonstop, but yeah, it's been in my purse for a long time. I'm glad that I'm hitting pan on it / a little, you know, sad, but once I have a backup, I will happily finish it, because right now I've been like dreading continuing to use it up, because I could technically dig in it with a brush or anything, but I feel like it's not practical on the go. So this is my purse lipstick, so I can't really, you know? So yeah, I love this so much. So I think those are all the products that I have either hit pan or I'm almost done using up. Let me know in the comment section what products you've hit pan that have like a proper pan. So not foundation and concealers, because obviously we tend to go through those much quicker, but are you someone that actually finishes like blushes, bronzers, highlighters? Can you even finish a highlighter? I feel like it's the one thing that is impossible to use up unless you're using an eyeshadow for it. That's the only way. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, because you definitely don't want to miss any future videos. I will be putting on the screen other videos that I've done that I recommend you check out, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.